everyone. John Gonzalez here from mlive.com and Michigan's Best. Welcome to today's podcast, and we really appreciate you tuning in. If you have a chance, please subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to today's podcast. We would appreciate that, and give a listen, because I'll tell you what, we've been covering a lot of different topics across the state of Michigan and under the Michigan's Best umbrella. We love for you to tune in. All right, so joining me today is Olivia Ross. She's the marketing guru at Halo Burger, Halo Country there in Flint, Michigan. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's great to have you around, because we've been getting to know each other over the last few weeks, talking a lot about Halo Burger. Of course, when we were on our search for Michigan's Best Burger earlier this year, we spent some time at the downtown location. So we've been getting to really familiar with Halo Burger, but you guys have been around for a long time. I think people know their Halo Burger. You guys go back to like 1923.
Yeah, we've been around for 97 years, so it's definitely a brand with love from many different generations, and that's something we're so happy to have.
Well, today we're going to talk about kind of what's in the news, because a lot's happening in the world and in Michigan. And Halo Burger, like a lot of restaurants throughout Michigan, have been dealing with the result of the pandemic, the COVID-19, and you guys were right in the thick of it, like a lot of other restaurant owners. But you just had to make a big announcement today on June 30th. You made a big announcement that you're going to have to close some of your dining portions of your restaurants because of what's happening in the world.
Yeah, so at Halo Burger, safety is our number one concern, and that's both for our team and our community. And it kind of came to our attention after a few weeks of practicing, social distancing within our dining rooms and having our staff take just the utmost precaution, that unfortunately there was just some disregard for some of the implementations and kind of rules we had set up within our restaurants. And so in an effort to keep people safe, we said, you know what, this is something that we will temporarily close access to in order to just operate through our drive-through and our delivery services. So primarily this decision was made for safety of our people and safety of our community, and that's a big value here at Halo Burger.
I want to make sure people know that you are still open for drive-through and carry out and so forth. And that's still available at all 7 of your locations in the Flint area. But this decision is really interesting, because as we see what's happening in our culture, not only in Michigan, but across the country, as people are having to wear masks, practice social distancing. In Michigan, the governor, had some pretty strict guidelines of how restaurants were supposed to implement these precautions, right, to keep everyone safe, employees and customers alike. And what we're seeing, obviously, across the state and around the country is people have some really issues with some of these basic, like wearing a mask, some of these basic requirements. And it puts restaurant owners and managers and employees in a tough spot.
Yeah, and then for us too, it's not only are we looking to protect people's physical well-being, but mental as well. And that's just an unsettling situation for people to be in when they don't know necessarily who they're interacting with. And so for us, it just became a matter of what's the safest route for everybody. And it was just to close off the dining room access temporarily in order to mitigate maybe those issues that you are describing of people that don't want to wear a mask. And that kind of really helps us just get rid of that issue altogether.
You're right. I mean, if the dining room's closed, you can't do that. But I'll tell you what, I spent some time in your dining room. I drove through a couple weeks ago, because you just had opened up, and I drove through the dining room off Hill Road, and I saw the measures there. Everything was lined out. You had your tables that were closed. You had the plexiglass in front of, the person taking your order. You seemed to follow everything to a T.
Yeah, we did. We went above and beyond when it came to the recommendations that came down from the governor's office in terms of reopening for restaurants. We even went as far to implement our own procedures. All of our employees wear masks. We require everybody that comes in every day before their shift to take a health questionnaire and take their temperature. So we're definitely doing everything we can to keep our community and our team safe right now. And so hopefully with this next step, we can get through everything going on in our community right now quicker and more safely.
Let's talk about the other thing too that I think that's not getting maybe the same play. Everyone's focusing on masks and so forth, but it's the fact that employees, the pool to find employees is tough, right?
Yeah, right now restaurants globally are facing a really high, a really big shortage of labor. That is, people have their own reasons and rationale, and we respect that. And so, what we've done is we've went ahead just to reduce hours and give people more breaks, so that people aren't being overworked. And we're working with that limited labor pool and selection right now.
And
It's a
unfortunately,
problem for everyone.
it's a problem for everyone. But you had to close a location too, and I know that was tough to do.
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking and it's not the direction that we want to go. But unfortunately, as kind of outlined with those labor shortages, we didn't want to stretch everybody too thin. And so it became the best choice just to consolidate our efforts into the now seven locations that we're operating.
Let's talk about the good stuff because I mean the Halo Burger is classic vintage. It's quintessential, iconic. I mean, whatever word you want to describe it, it's Michigan to the T. And that olive burger, everyone knows the olive burger. You guys have, and Halo Country has been around. It took over the business in 2016, and knowing some of the history, you kind of went back and got those original recipes back. You're bringing the brand back. You're bringing the burgers back, and people that haven't tried in a while are discovering they love their Halo Burger.
Yes, we did take over in 2016, and since then we've been working with Terry Thomas himself to get back to what Halo Burger really was. And for us, that meant revisiting those recipes and going back to the ways that the Thomas family did things, and also getting involved in our community again and reinstilling kind of that value of community first and community centric. So we're really happy to say that we've made a lot of changes since 2016, and it's been received so incredibly well. And we welcome anyone that hasn't been into Halo Burger, maybe in 5 years back, to give us another try, because we think that everyone will be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, they will be, and I'll tell you what, stopping in there and just doing some working with you guys on some videos and meeting Terry, to see him there in the dining room, to hear the stories, you just kind of it brings back all this nostalgia, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I love what you stand for, good food for good people, and that's really what's important to you, right?
Yeah, really at our core, it's about serving food that we're proud of. So good food, it's quality ingredients that are hand cut, fresh eggs cracked if you're ordering a breakfast sandwich. Our beef is never frozen and it's 100% beef. Um, we have a custom bun recipe that is delivered to all of our stores throughout the week, and it's something that makes Halo Burger so unique. On top of that, too, we're so Midwestern and we're so Michigan based. I mean, you've got Verner's, you've got Saunders Bumpy Cake, we do Boston Coolers, Olive Burgers, Wisconsin Cheese Curds, Traverse City Cherry Shakes. The list goes on, and it's a really fun Michigan brand that's by Michigan for Michigan, and it's been that way for 97 years. So it's an amazing company to work for, and it's an amazing brand just to come in and visit as a consumer. On top of that, too, when you say good people, that's extended to our staff and our community. So our staff is our family. Anyone that you ask at Halo Burger would tell you that, and we treat everybody as so. We've gone so far as to launch this Christmas our Halo Family Fund, which was really focused on making sure that everyone could have a really magical, special Christmas, and that our Halo Burger families were taken care of. And then on top of that, we've gotten back into the community more and been more visible. So we're at Back to the Bricks, we're at the Crim, we're giving money back into various philanthropies that are here local to Flint. And it's been really a huge journey over the last 5 years since we've taken over. And it's something that I think we've done a really good job. And I know Terry Thomas is a huge supporter too of everything that we've done. So it's been great.
Yeah, it was fun talking to Terry because you could hear him tell those stories, and I love how you're bringing his philosophy, the Thomas family philosophy, to today. I remember him talking about how the little league teams, he just said like, oh, I'll sponsor, yeah, whatever, and they finally told him how many he was sponsoring, and he's like, okay, whatever, I didn't know that, right? So they're kind of like, we're just giving because that's what we do. And then now you guys are taking that same concept and just saying, we are going to give back to the community and also take care of our employees, because I love that family fun story too, where you're out to help your people, right? I mean, through COVID-19 and through their problems, you were helping them as well.
Yeah, we made sure that every single person, their well-being was prioritized, whether that was physically, mentally, or financially, and making sure that we all come out of this in a better place than we started. So it's been definitely a challenging time, but we're all getting through it together. And going back to the Thomas family days, that philosophy is held true through the many, many years of Halo Burger, and we hope to keep that for many, many more to come.
I knew we should have done this podcast around lunchtime because right now all I can see is an olive burger in my hands and eating it. And I want to do that, but I can't today. If I'm in the Flint area, I can though, right?
Yes, we've got 7 locations throughout Greater Flint, so come by and check us out. If you're headed up 75 this weekend for maybe a visit to your cabin this 4th of July, be sure to swing by Pearson Road or Birch Run, grab an olive burger, grab a Boston cooler, and be sure to tag us on social media.
Oh, that's awesome. Olivia, where can people get more information and find out about what you have going on?
Sure. Visit us at www.haloburger.com, or we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our newly launched TikTok channel.
TikTok. Are we going to do an olive burger dance or something?
Let's make one up. I think that would be fun.
I shouldn't have said that because now I can see it in my head right now.
The gears are turning.
I know. No, stop. Anyway, thanks, Olivia, for your time, folks. Again, thanks for tuning in to today's podcast. It was fun having Olivia on. And, get out there. Like she said, right, Olivia, get out there and have a Halo Burger.
Yes, enjoy the Halo Burger. 7 days without a Halo Burger makes 1 week. Don't forget it.
All right, take care. See you guys soon.
Bye, guys.